Okay, so you want to blow up your Instagram audience over the next 12 months. Is that right? You filthy animal. You want those likes, you want all of those views, you want all of those comments, that sweet, sweet engagement. You want your mother to love you? Yeah? Is that what you want? Well, you're in the right place. In today's video, I'm going to take you through the exact same 6 steps that I used to go from 7,000 to 70,000 followers in just 12 months and take my business from 4,000 per month to over 100,000 per month in just 12 months. Let's do this. Okay then, so step 1 is optimize. You need to optimize your profile, and there's a few different areas to this. First is optimizing your profile picture. You need to have a nice, clean, professional headshot. It needs to look like you actually take this shit seriously. So ideally, I would do a photo shoot. I did a photo shoot like 10 years ago. I'm still dining off that same photo, so it was a couple of $100. Just get it done. Okay, second, I put keywords into my name. So as you can see in my name on Instagram, my name is Tom Youngs, #1 business coach for consultants, because that is who I am, that is what I do. That is just my claim. You need to figure out what your claim is. Okay, you need to make it super clear who you help and how you help them. The way you do this is you help one person solve one problem via one path to get to one promise. So it's the 4 Ps. I talk about this in all of my content. You just need to get really clear on what those are and make it clear in your bio. If you want help on how to do this and you're kind of new to the game, click the link down in the description. It's going to take you to my free Skool community. I have a free course in there that'll help you get to your first 10K. It's called the Creator Accelerated course, and that'll take you through this whole process in way more detail. Okay, so step 2 is model. This is where most people fuck up. They think that they can reinvent the wheel when they can't invent fuck all. So what I do is I go and model myself on creators who I'm aspiring to be like. I'm looking at my market, I research my market, I take a look at people who I think are doing cool things, living a cool life, have a business that I think looks amazing, have core values that I can align to, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look at their content and I'm gonna take content that has already resonated with other audiences and have tested in markets, and I'm going to put my spin on it. So what I do is I go and I choose 3 creators in my niche. Then I use something like viralfinder.com, which, no affiliation by the way, is just like some cheap tool that I use. It works super well. I get 30 ideas each month and I select the top 20 for each month and I just go from there. So step 2 is model. Okay, right, so step 3 is the fun one. This is where it's kind of a little bit controversial, but I think it's kind of fun. So you may have heard of the quote by, maybe it was Pablo Picasso or someone, good artists copy, but great artists steal. So step 3 is steal. We're gonna go and just steal those validated ideas from creators, operators in our market, and we're gonna deconstruct why their content has worked, and we're gonna turn it into our own thing. So the way I do that, I go to Viral Finder like I did in the previous step. I take 30 ideas, I turn them into, I could choose the 20 top ideas. I then go and take the links to those videos, download the video, then I put it into Descript. So I use Descript to pull the transcripts. Once I've got the full transcript, what I do is I put that into my content calendar. Side note, if you want my content calendar, my Notion content system that I've used for the last 2 years, it is in my free Skool community. Again, link is down in the description. You can just click in there, apply to get in, and you can get my exact content Notion system. What I do is I deconstruct the transcript and then I turn it into my own version. So I have the transcript in my content calendar and then I write my own version underneath. Step 3 is steal. You gotta steal, don't start from scratch. Okay, so step 4 is modify. This is where you take that stolen piece of content and you put your twist on it. If you're wondering where I am, by the way, I'm in Barcelona right now. I'm here for my Scale 20 Mastermind, starting tomorrow, here for 2 days with 15 of my absolutely killer champion clients. And so yeah, we all do this process. It all works. Here's how we turn a validated idea into our own idea. So what I do is I make sure and I try and steal the first 5 seconds as close as possible to the original piece of content, because that is the most important part of a short form video that's actually going to help you get traction. So I try and copy as much of the first 5 seconds as possible. If I can keep the wording in the first sentence as close to the original as possible, that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to take any part of like a visual hook, any sort of visual hook there is, help with kind of just pattern interrupt at the beginning of that video. I'm going to steal the same thing. Then second, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the second part of the video and I'm going to turn it into my own video. I'm going to write my own transcript for it, but I'm going to follow the structure of the original video. Then at the end of the video, I'm going to use a ManyChat comment trigger that is going to turbocharge my engagement on that video. It's going to get people to DM me by commenting a certain keyword, I'm then going to send them an automated message with a long form piece of content that's going to take them over to my YouTube channel and collect their email addresses at the exact same time. This has definitely been my absolute cheat code over the last year. This has been a turbocharger for my short form content and also massively boosting my long form content and email at the exact same time. It has been furious. If you're not doing this, you are losing out. One of the benefits of all my clients that work with me in Scale 20 is that they just get their exact same ManyChat automation and they can just duplicate it straight into their own ManyChat. So that's the benefit of working with someone like me, with a mentor. Anyway, that is, I think, step number 4. These guys just wondered if I was a YouTuber. What's the answer?
Yeah, he is.
What is it? What's my channel?
Tom Young's.
Tom Young's channel, yeah, absolutely.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, there you go. You've heard it. Okay, so step 5, this is where you have to be consistent. So the algorithm wants to test your ability to be consistent. So consistency in length, consistency in format, consistency in style, consistency in posting frequency and cadence. So for me, I post 5 days a week, Monday to Friday at pretty much exactly the same time, afternoons in the UK. I try and keep the exact same format of my videos. They're around 60 to 90 seconds long. They have the same kind of visual style, same type of captions. And I use B-roll, some sort of like recognizable B-roll from famous movies that I like that help with retention every 3 to 5 seconds, ideally every like 2 seconds with short form content, I find. And this is something that I think has been a cheat code for me, because what this does is that this signals the same vibe that I'm into, which is the same types of movies. I like Christopher Nolan movies. I like Blade Runner, Dune, Gladiator. So I've got my editor to input those clips into my videos. And what they do is they help with people feeling familiar. So when people watch my videos, they get this feeling of familiarity every time they see the videos. Consistency is key, and that is step number 5. And finally, we have step number 6. And step number 6 is the money-making step. I'm guessing you want to make money, right? So if you want to do that, the best way to do that on Instagram is using your Instagram stories. This is the place where you will find the hottest leads in your audience. They're going to be watching your stories. So you need to make your Instagram stories like it was a TV show. So like a TV show have episodes, and in the episodes, they have all of the characters, they have the sets, they have all of the things that make their world, activities, the passions, the interests that they have. So I want you to make your stories exactly like a TV show. Show your world, show the boring stuff, show the behind the scenes stuff, the stuff that people love behind the scenes stuff. Okay, then once you've done that, here's also what happens with a TV show. So TV shows have adverts, right? They have advertising breaks. And this is where you're gonna do the selling. So a few times a week, you are just going to advertise, hey, I do this thing. If you wanna work with me, if you're this person and you fit within this remit, then perhaps you'd like to work with me. So that is how I have built my Instagram account. I've 10x the size of my audience. It's honestly kind of crazy to think, because I predicted this a year ago. I actually made a long masterclass video predicting exactly how I did it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give that to you now. So you can go back and see exactly how I did this. It's gonna talk about exactly what I'm gonna do or did in complete detail so that you can do the exact same thing too. So go check it out here. That was sick. I'll see you in the next one.